a nutrition class, or I should call it a motivational class, because a lot of times I'm gonna come up here, usually not all classes at once. I might be doing maybe your class once a month, and then I'll be alternating from one class to the other. We have 5 a.m., 9 a.m., 5:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. And not only that, but some of you, if you want to come into another class, you can always come and receive the nutrition motivational class in the first 10 minutes of each class. It's only going to be a 10-minute class. I'm going to be covering just proper nutrition, macronutrients, micronutrients, calorie deficit, calorie maintenance, and calorie surplus. Those 5 things right there, we're going to continually cover them. And not only that, we're also going to be answering some questions, some comments, any concerns. A lot of us are always like, oh man, I'm like working out hard. I don't know what's going on. I can answer a lot of questions that my members have, because I know exactly what they're doing here in boot camp, personal training, and online coaching, right? But if it's somebody outside of this, I don't know what you're doing. You might say that you're working out, right? But are you really working out? Working out full body, or if you're doing personal training is going to be more powerlifting, more heavy lifting, and that's why you need a personal trainer, because more supervision and stuff like that. So in these classes, we're going to be covering nutrition and just motivation, right? Motivation in order for you to keep you going, reaching some health and fitness goals, so on and so on. Here in Manny's Fitness Program, we do body measurement consultations. Feel free to make an appointment, because we will be doing it while we have our 10-minute stretching period, right? We come in, like, let's say the 5 a.m., we come in at 5 a.m. and we have from 5 a.m. to 5:10 a.m. to stretch, right? To stretch, prepare, or we're going to be doing a class like this, a nutrition and motivational class. All right, so again, calorie deficit, calorie maintenance, calorie surplus, and then we have the macronutrients and micronutrients that we're going to be talking about. So macronutrients, let's cover that real quick, because a lot of people are just eating food, which is good. You can eat, put it this way, you can eat just a lot of healthy food. Here's the thing with that. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, right? Because let's say sweet potato. Sweet potato is amazing. That's the number one carb that I usually recommend to somebody. And then the second will be it will be fruit, right? And then the third will be nuts and seeds, so on and so on. You know, good carbohydrates, right? Good carbohydrates. But too much of it can also prevent you from consuming the right amount of protein to recover, repair, rebuild, replenish, right? Branched chain amino acids. When you consume, let's say, nuts and seeds, if you look up nuts and seeds, they do have a good amount of protein, but there's more carb and more oil, right? More oil, good fat and good oil, omega-3s, omega-6s, and then we have monounsaturated fat, polyunsaturated fat. So protein, let's say protein. So if you look up nuts and seeds protein, it says nuts and seeds are a valuable source of protein, providing essential amino acids for the body. Here's a breakdown of the protein content of some common nuts and seeds. Almonds, 6 grams per ounce, all right? 6 grams per ounce. Cashews, 5 grams per ounce. This is protein, right? 1 ounce of almonds has 6 grams of protein, right? But how many calories in 1 ounce, right? How many calories in 1 ounce of almonds? How many calories in 1 ounce of almonds? Look at this. 163 calories, all right? Only 6 grams of protein for 163 calories. That's way, the ratio is not good enough, right? When you get a protein shake, our protein shakes have around 30 grams of protein for 120 calories. You see the difference? So where are you gonna get your best bang for your buck in regards to protein? When it comes down to just regular food, we're gonna go into lean meats, right? Lean meats, especially beef. Red beef is gonna give you the most amount of protein. Chicken is gonna give you good protein. Egg whites are gonna give you a good amount of protein, right? Fish, right? Fish is gonna get you a good amount of protein. But when it comes down to nuts and seeds, it's gonna be more in regards to fats and oils, good carbs, right? Fats and oils, good carbs. So let's go back to the nutrition. Nuts and seed nutrition. So if you look it up, nuts and seeds are a nutrient-dense food, high in healthy fats, protein, and fiber, right? Fiber. I usually get my fiber from vegetables, especially like cruciferous vegetables like Brussels sprouts, let's say asparagus, right? Broccoli, so on and so on. Along with essential vitamins and minerals like vitamin E, magnesium, and selenium, and beneficial phytochemicals. All right, so a lot of it is going to be good fats and good oil, right? Good fats and good oil. So there you have it. Macronutrients: protein, good fats, good oils, good carbs. We talked about how carbs are very essential, especially the good carbs, but then good fat and good oil as well, right? On top of that, protein. Let's go all the way back to where I said that, yes, you can eat a lot of good food, but be sure you continually eat a high protein diet, right? Medium oil and good fat, and also low carb. Unless you're doing the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is high good fat, good oil, medium protein, and very low carb, which is, it's a good diet. It just depends on your lifestyle, right? Depends on your lifestyle. There is marathon runners that are ketogenic, right? They're on the ketogenic diet. Marathon runners on keto. Right, on keto. Yes, a marathon can be completed on a ketogenic diet, though it may impact performance. While a keto diet can provide a steady energy supply from fats and support brain function during long events, it may slow you down due to lower efficiency and high intensity exercise compared to a carb-fueled athlete. Successful keto marathoners like Zach Bitter adapt their bodies to use fat for fuel, the ketones, right? You end up using ketones instead of glucose for an energy source. To use fat for fuel, but often strategically increase carb intake during intense training to improve performance, right? They still tend to want to increase more carb. Whatever the ketogenic diet gives you as a good carb, consume more of that. And I've always said that, right? Nobody should be consuming a lot of carbs throughout the day unless you're a marathon runner, right? So there you have it right there. I'm gonna be passing more information like this, 10-minute nutrition motivational class during our boot camp, 4-week boot camp classes. And we're gonna be sure we're all on the same page. Other than that, if you guys enjoy these videos, hit the like button. If you're interested in joining Manny's Fitness program, right? I'm talking to the camera over here. I'm talking to the audience. And if you're not part of Manny's Fitness program here in Lompoc, join us. We have indoor boot camp, personal training, and online coaching for weight loss, muscle building, and overall better health and performance. Visit our website, www.mannysfitnessprogram.com. We'll take care of you from there. Take care, be safe, stay motivated. All right, everyone, I'll see you on the next class. Let's get started with our warm-up.